Happy lunch hour, guys. All right, I want to explain a little bit about your money, where you live, and what's going on. Uh, because a whole lot of it could mean the difference whether or not you make it through, whether you're able to retire, buy a house, buy a car, buy food, whatever it would be. This one depends on your states, not the federal government, your states. Now, hopefully you guys know what ESG is. It's environmental, social, and governance. Basically, it is a social credit score. Okay? We've heard about this in China and everything like that. Depending on what you do, you get a score. Oh, you drove 20 miles in a gas-powered car, that's -2 points. Oh, you planted a tree, that's +1 point. Whatever it would be. I mean, not making those up. But that's the general overview. If the climate people think what you do is beneficial, then you get plus points. If it's negative, you get and it affects on how you can do things. Well, a couple weeks ago, the Federal Reserve announced that 6 of the nation's largest banks are participating in a pilot climate scenario analysis designed to enhance the ability of the firms to figure out who the hell they're going to loan money to. Okay? Now, if you want to get into who this is, and I'd highly advise if you have accounts with any of these banks to GTFO, all right, close the account, and when they ask why, say, if you want to be a environmentally terrorist company, go get your money from the environmental terrorists. Okay. Bank of America, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, and Wells Fargo. Okay. If you have money there, say bye-bye. Okay. Now, what they're going to do is exactly what I said. They're going to do 2 things. They're going to do a stress test on the bank's ability to loan money in a depression, okay, which even the Fed is acknowledging that's coming by their words here, and how the banks could loan money based on environmental social governance. Okay, well, gee, if the market's down, who do we want to give priority to loaning money to? We only have so much, so let's loan money to the, I don't know, pick something, the organic pot farmer as opposed to the local gas station. I'm just saying. Well, the good part about this is there are a bunch of states, 19 of them, okay, I believe it's 19, that have said, no, sorry, you want to do this? The state is no longer going to do business with you. Okay, now think about this. That's the state no longer working with JP Morgan Chase or Citibank or anything like that. Good. Too big to fail? Take nearly half the country, the states, and say, we ain't doing business with you. Okay? These are the states that are refusing to do business for ESG. So where y'all are a little safer. I'll just give you the list. Arizona, Nebraska, Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Ohio, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Texas, Utah, and West Virginia. Notice I didn't say Tennessee, okay? Which pisses me off. You know where a letter's going to my state attorney general, going, WTF. All right. Those states they sent a letter to, what's his name, Larry Fink, who runs BlackRock, and said, sorry, we're out, done, okay? You're no longer, you and all these other banks are no longer going to manage any of the state pension funds. Think about where states have money. State tax revenue, sorry, you don't do anything with it. The state budget now has nothing to do with all those banks and then everything else. That came out a couple of months ago, beginning of August. All right. And of course, the powers that be, the banks and Larry Fink and everything like that, they'll never do it. Until today. And now the news is coming out that the Republicans, those states, have already removed $1 billion just from BlackRock. Okay? This is a good news video, guys. All right? This is something where we have some states. If you listen to that list, notice what they all have in common. They're all nice shades of red. Okay? But no longer are some states being dictated to, being threatened by the financial institutions. And mark my words, the Citibanks, the JP Morgans, they're seeing this, and it's going to hit them because their biggest clients, of course, are the states, the governments, because no matter how much money Jeff Bezos puts in or Warren Buffett puts in to a bank account, okay, they've got money spread all over the place. There's a lot more money coming out of the tax coffers of these individual states than there is about a few billionaires in the world. Okay, just saying. I mean, think about that. There's 50 states. You go down to the 50th on the list of the world's richest people. Most of them don't live in the states. Okay, the money's a lot bigger. This is a good thing where not most, 19, we're talking 38% of the country is saying no to this social credit score crap. What that's going to do, those banks are now going to determine, oh, you want to buy a new SUV? You know what? If you want to buy an electric one, we'll loan you the money. If you want to buy a gas-powered one, we're not going to write the loan. Just saying, okay? Oh, you heat that house has a gas water heater or a gas furnace? We're not going to write the mortgage. Oh, it's electric? Yeah, you know what? We'll write the mortgage on that one. That's the kind of stuff we're looking at, guys. So this is going to hit the banks hard because remember this, as interest rates keep going up, the banks make more money, okay? Because who gets paid the interest? The banks, right? Now, granted, there's less people borrowing. That's the whole point of raising the interest rates. But people still need cars, people still buy houses, whatever it was, and the banks still make money. You look anytime, the banks perform well in high interest rate environments and not so well in low interest rate environments. Okay, they're always looking for where they can get more return on their money, just like everybody else. But when they start losing the deposits, call up your bank right now. And I don't know what you got in there, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. Especially if you've got 6 figures in your bank account. Call up your bank, walk into your bank branch right now and say, I'm here to close my account. And watch how they freak out. Okay. Oh my God, what can we do to make it better, Mr. Smith? Now, let's say you've got $50,000 or $100,000 in the bank. You're teeny tiny potatoes and they're going to freak out. Imagine you're the state of Texas and goes, we've got $500 billion or whatever the hell the state, and we're closing our account. Okay, this is hair on fire moment, okay? All over the place. Get your money out of the big banks, okay? It's, again, I'm going to say for the millionth time, cash at home, gold and silver, and if you need a bank account. We all know. I won't say need, because there's some people that do without, okay? But most people have a bank account. Use the small local bank. Use the savings and loan. And when you sit down to open that new account, ask the person what their ESG policy is. And if they look at you like a deer in the headlights, go, "What's that?" That's a good bank to open. If they go, "Oh, well, this is what we do," pick up your check, your cash, whatever, and say, "Thank you. Good luck going out of business. Have a nice day. I'm going up the street." Pinball out.